Hey there everybody, welcome back. This is the toys of the 1970s video. This is number 2. It's 1975 to 76 Argos Catalogue I'm looking at today. You may wonder why I've skipped ahead. Last time it was 73. I looked at the 74 and 75 individual catalogues, but they've both pretty much got the same toys as they had in the last one. So I didn't think it was worth doing another video on the same sort of stuff that you saw the last time. I'm trying to put a little bit of variety in there. And this, as you can see, is the front cover for this one. Slightly different looking, because all the other ones just like block colour with Argos written on. First one with a picture. And I'm guessing that is pretty much, as we saw from the picture last time, what the Argos stores used to look like. Very odd having all the products out. I guess probably people were a lot more trustworthy in them days. They wouldn't do that now because people would just thieve them, wouldn't they? That's the way the world is, but there you go. That's the front cover anyway. I'm going to zoom in a bit as we go down the pages. I'm not going to dwell too much on these because obviously it's how you do it and everything. Same famous names. Here we go. This is what we want to look at. So we've got down the side here, toys and games. Can't 100% read that, but I think it's 88 to 99. I think. Let's have a little look. Toys and games, 88 to 99. So we know, actually it says it goes up to 93 on here, so might be hard to find. Let's just zoom through. Maybe that'll be the best way to do it, because if I go to 88, it's not, you can guarantee it's not going to be toys. Yeah, what are we on at 40 something? I tell you, it's because it's double pages. Okay, don't want to spoil the surprise. Oh wow, sorry, this light shade, this Womble's light shade here, I used to have that exact light shade. Oh wow, that brings back some memories. Flimsy little thing it was, but I remember having that in my bedroom. So just a little distraction as we're making our way to the toys. Let's keep going. Oh my god, electric blankets. I don't want to go too fast because I don't want to spoil what we've got coming up. And we've got a page number anyway on here, so I know I'm close. No. Oh, here we go. I knew I was getting close. These aren't toys, I don't know, there must be baby stuff. Right, here we go then. Here are the toys. It's going to be a slightly different setup for this one because it looks like they've put everything on double pages. So I'll have to zoom in. There we go, that's about as zoomed in as I can get it. I'll have to zoom in on different items when we come across them. Okay, now that fire engine, I'm pretty sure I had that too. That's a Tonka as well. Pretty sure I had that. That looks like it's 5. Let's have a little look. $6.95. So we'll do half a page at a time, that might work. So I can actually have a decent look. Do half a page at a time, cool. Right. More Tonkas there. I think I might have had the dump truck as well, that looks very familiar. Obviously, we saw him last time, Action Man. He's got a few other gadgets up his sleeve this time around. Shana military truck. £2.45 for that. Crazy. Yeah, we got Red Devil. Oh, he's got like a parachute. You can see that there, yeah. I think I had that actually. Really do. I know I had him with a parachute. I don't know if it was that exact one. Now that's only £2.49. And the soldier, Action Man soldier is £2.25. I can't even say it right. Soldier. So I haven't had a drink, I can assure you. It is only 11 o'clock in the morning, but. And the tanks were $5.25. Oh, that's the tank. Yeah, that's that one. And that apparently is a scout car. But that was only £2.75. Is that that's not Action Man, is it? Actually, I don't think any of them are Action Man. So maybe it's just Action Man and that. Because they look like they're made by different people. You've got the Shana. And is it Cherry maybe? Never heard of them. But yeah, so it looks like they may not be to do with Action Man, unless you could buy them. You know, they were. Yeah, the hole doesn't look big enough to put Action Man in, to be honest. I thought it was his tank, but maybe they were playable with Action Man. I don't know. He looks way too big for that truck, doesn't he? So probably right. And here we got standard garage. They look so much better than they do. I mean, I bought one for my nephew recently and didn't look anywhere near as fancy as that one. I mean, that's really cool. The one I bought was very, well, I suppose you can get them fancier probably, but I bought quite a cheap one, I suppose, from Argos, I think, funnily enough. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. But it was nothing as sophisticated as that. And we've got what cars here, is that? Yeah. Drag race. What is it? Oh, it's a ferry boat set. There we go. Says it in the description there. £1.35. Wow. And I guess this is their version of like a scale X trick, really. And that might be on the other page. Is that the end of that page? Yeah, okay, so I don't want to go down to the next one yet. I'm going to go across. That £2.75 for that track that we saw on the other corner. That's very, very reasonable. Okay, let's go up. Oh, oopsie, gone way too far. Bear with me, technical difficulties. There we go. Got to remember to use the arrows. There we go, that's what we want to do. Right, good old-fashioned scale electrics. There it is, or scale X trick. Sorry, I used to always say scale electrics. That used to be the thing I used to say, but scale X trick. Okay. What we got here then? How much is that? Got the race cars. Oh, they've got rally cars on that one. Yeah, Rally Cross Circuit is £17.45. I think that's a good price. I don't even know actually how much it costs these days. £14.95. Can't remember what we paid. Again, I bought one for my nephew last Christmas, I think. Yeah, I can't remember how much we paid for it. We've got another Hornby train set. Again, classic. Never had train sets really. I don't know what that is on the thing. That looks weird, doesn't it? A bit flower power look design. But oh, look at the cars. Look, you got a Cadbury's one there. Cool. You don't know what that is. You got an SO. Looks like an SO tanker there, and that looks like one of those British Rail cars that used to be around in the 80s, like train cars. What's this one then? Timpo Toys. Timpo Wild West Cavalry Ambush Train Set. Wow, that's pretty cool. Only £7.45. Oh, you don't get all that. You just get the... So, yeah, you get the fort separate at £3.25. Then you get the train for £7.45 and the sets there for £2.45. So you're looking at about £14 for the whole... Or I'm just under about £13 odd just for the whole lot there. That's not bad, is it really? It's a very cool set. Okay, let's move down. Excuse me, stupid thing, going too far. Okay. Oh man. There we go, that's easier. I'll move down here to the next page. Stock car classy crushers. Okay. Oh, now I had that. I know a lot of people that had that. Did you have that? I bet you did. The Evel Knievel stunt cycle. Now I'm sure that's the one that you wind up, put it on the thing, and it would go. And you could buy like a loop for it. I'm sure you could. Oh, the hours of fun playing on that.
What a jump! Evel's riding the amazing stunt cycle. That gyro power sends him over 100 feet at top speed. Loop-de-loop, and he's not through yet. Into the dragster. Evil's super sprint car with built-in drag chute to slow him down. What a hope! And now, the Sky Cycle. That daredevil death-defying supersonic skyplane on wheels. And here he is on the super cool chopper bike with the power that can really rip. He's sensational. He's Evel Knievel. He's a knockout. He's ideal.
£5.95 for that one. Yeah, that's definitely one I had. What's that thing there? Airways. Is that a board game maybe? Palitoy Airways. Yeah, it must have been a board game. Never into Airfix really, so I didn't have that. What we got here? Toolkit. Chemistry set. Adventure kit. That looks interesting. What's that? Includes binoculars and a real camera. Wow, okay. Yeah, for £3.95, I bet that was a cracking camera, that. Chemistry set. Toolmaster set. Oh, that's a microscope. Oh, wow. Microscope magnification. can't read that. X something. X60 and X150 maybe? Means nothing to me, to be honest. I'm not a scientist. What have we got here? Guns. Wow. Okay. An old Palitoy. They like their violent toys, don't they? Palitoy. And we've got some cowboy guns there. They look familiar. I feel like I might have had them too. £1.49. Good value. And some more ball games. We've got Mastermind, the classic. Master Brain. I'm guessing that was a cheap rip-off. This sounds a bit like it, doesn't it? And Horse of the Year. Don't believe I had that. Okay, that's the end of that one. Let's roll across. We'll go up first so we don't do any spoilers. I wanted to see how much the Mastermind game was there. It's £1.65 for the Mastermind game. Family Compendium. I think everyone's had one of them at some point in their life, because they usually got all the different board games like Tiddlywinks and all that sort of stuff in there. I'm pretty sure. And of course everybody's had these two classics, Cluedo and Monopoly. Who hasn't had them? Don't know what Practical Joke is. Maybe it is like full of jokes. Looks like it is actually. And Ulcers, I mean that sounds like a intriguing game, doesn't it? A game about ulcers, yeah. Doesn't sound that fun. Every time I have an ulcer I don't particularly like it, so I can't imagine that's a lot of fun. Look at that. $2.25 for Cluedo, $1.95 for Monopoly. Wow. You can't get a Monopoly game for less than about, I think they're about $19.99 or something like that, aren't they nowadays? When you get all sorts of Monopolies. I mean, we've got about 6 or 7 different versions in the house. We've got a Game of Thrones. There's what have we got? Got a Nightmare Before Christmas I bought for my wife. She's a big Disney fan, big Nightmare Before Christmas fan. We've got an animal one. We've got a Christmas one. I mean, loads, absolutely loads. Okay, what we've got? Screaming. Wow, I had these two. Rebound and Crossfire. I had both of those. Ah, classic games they were. I didn't look what was in the game compendium. Oh, it doesn't say. It just says 24 games in the game compendium. What we got here? Price wise. Rebound $3.75. Crossfire $5.75. I don't know why I said 2. I was looking at the one above it. Great games though. Did you have any of those games? Rebound was brilliant. You had these little, they were also like hexagon shapes, I think, and it was a ball bearing inside a bit of plastic or something. And what you would do is you'd slide it up there. There'd be rubber bands attached there, and you'd slide it up there. You couldn't go over that line. Up there, and it would rebound off of there. And the idea was to stop it, and you get various points for those areas. And obviously, if you got it in there, that was a dead ball basically. So you'd get no points for that. I mean, it sounds like a simple premise, but it was a lot of fun.
What a shot! The Watsons have just about clinched the $1 million rebound championship. Bob, give us the highlights up to this point.
Well, Jim, the Kleppels took an early lead in this two-cushion rebound game, but after the fourth shot were a solid 60 points ahead. Then Dick Watson came through with a beauty to even the score. In the sixth, with tension mounting, Jerry Kleppel flubbed a big one, leaving it wide open for the spectacular shot that just about wrapped up the game for the Watsons.
Thank you, Bob. Now back to live action. The Kleppels are down to their last shot, worth $1 million. And, what a shot it'll have to be.
He's taking his time. He aims. It's off the right bank. Perfect off the left wall. Through the two blues. He's made it.
And we were only kidding about the $1 million.
Rebound. A competitive game for 2 or 4 players from Ideals.
And Crossfire, as you can see, there's goals there. You'd score goals.
Crossfire, the only game as exciting as its name. You've got to be good to score a goal. Good with a gun that fires real steel ammo, that hits the puck, that makes Crossfire the name of the game. And you've got to be fast to reload in seconds, to score and win. It's tough, it's exciting, and it's the only game called Crossfire. Ask for it by name, Crossfire.
Great games, great games. That's the horse racing game that was in the last magazine, if you remember. I'd never played that, so Oh, no, we're at the end of the page, so don't go down. Go across. So I'm already seeing some good memories for myself. Hopefully there's a few there for you guys too. Right, here we go. Let's just start on this one. Well, I think both of these two were in the last Argos catalogue as well. I think the golf one was, but it was kind of in amongst a load of stuff. Probably all this stuff was. I never had roller skates. I believe my brother had some. But I was the sort of child that I was always falling over. So I think probably my parents thought, well, let's not give him anything too dangerous. Because we're all going to be constantly going down A&E. I mean, I've had like these. These were great fun. Simple, but great. I've obviously had foosball tables and stuff. Most kids into football have. And obviously a football. And plenty of dartboards. My claim to fame is I used to play for a darts team. We were perennial wooden spoon winners. It took us ages to win our first game. I actually won the deciding match in our first win ever, so I was a bit of a hero back then. I also managed in that season to score 180, which none of my teammates managed to do. And at the end of the season, we used to get trophies. We always would win the wooden spoon trophy for finishing last. Everybody liked our team because we were quite popular. And yeah, I actually got a trophy for getting 180. So, and probably it all started with one of these. You know, playing one of these in my bedroom probably got me in the swing of doing it. But you know, I was never very good at darts unless I had a beer. Once I had a beer, I was a world beater. But you know, until then, yeah, not so good. Here we go. So this little snooker table. I know I had one of these. It looks tiny though. It always used to seem so big when I played it, but it may not have been one of those ones. It might have been a slightly bigger one because I think it had net pockets, the one I had. Obviously you got your standard space hopper, Wendy House, go-karts in this one. Can't remember if I had a go-kart. I know I've ridden one. I'm not sure I actually had one. Really don't know. That I don't know what that is. Olympic punch ball. Okay. No, didn't have one of those. Let's move on. Again, in the comments, if you had any of these toys, or they, you know, any ones that you have specific memories of, share the memory. I'd love to know what your memories are of these things. Don't just share them. You don't just have to share the memories of the ones I remember. If there's any more of these that you had. My wife was completely intrigued by the milk bottle one. She really liked that. With the milk bottles that come out, she thought that was genius. I never had any of these. Like I said in the last video, I had a blue race car. That was my little ride-along vehicle. Don't think I had any of these. They're all good prices, aren't they? Look, the trike's only $1.99. Very good. And we've got more bikes and trikes here. Various ones. Oh, that's the end of that page. Scoot across. Didn't take long to go through that page, did it? I think we're getting onto the dollies now. So, the boys' toys we might be leaving behind now. Wow, look, see, Pal Toy, they do dolls as well, so maybe they're not all violent toys then. So what we got here? Knickerbocker is a name. Holly Hobby. And Sally Happy Talk. What's that thing? A fairy rocking cot. Okay. Little baby tears doll. I think we've heard of April showers. I don't even want to know where the April showers come from. Thank you very much. Keep that one to yourself. We've got a show jumping doll. A couple of dolls in a bath. Bernie, Caston, Bernie and Bath set. Okay. All this stuff's whooshing over my head. There's Cindy. Again, if you had that now in the box, you'd probably get a fortune for that. I've got a mini sewing machine. Okay, scroll back up and come across. Trying to keep the spoilers down to a minimum. Oh look, she's got a Noddy in her hand. I don't think Noddy's up there though, is it? I think it's just the dolls, pram and stuff. Yeah, no sign of Noddy on there. He'll probably be on another section, I'm guessing. Wow, look at that Hoover. That's a skinny old Hoover, isn't it? I know it's only a child's toy, but you know, they were supposed to represent the real thing. What we got here? Cash register, cordon bleu toy cooker. And a tea set. See, me growing up in a house with 2 boys, we never really had any of this stuff. So, you know, it's not really anything that brings back many memories for me. Although we did spend a lot of time with my 2 cousins, and they were both girls. So I would have seen a bit of it, you know, but not in our house necessarily. We got toy ride-ons here. Banana split. I love banana splits. Monkeys are very lovable. And why don't we go on a safari? So that must be I guess they're the lines that they say. Is that right? Yeah, talking lion. Yeah. So it's talking lion. You got talking Noddy there, who says, "Let's go to Toyland. Would you like to play and have a ride in my car?" A toy typewriter there as well. There we go. Oh, look at that fella. Anyone know who that is without cheating? That's rhubarb, isn't it? From Rhubarb and Custard. And that must be Orinoco, I'm guessing, without looking. Tom and Jerry, obviously Rupert. And they're not famous at all. Yeah, that's definitely rhubarb. I loved Rhubarb and Custard. I'm going to see if I'm right. There we go, rhubarb. $2.95. And it was Orinoco. Yeah, I thought so. And what we got here? Oh, we've got a Viewmaster for the first time. Is that? Yep, it is a Viewmaster. I didn't know if that was an early one and it was called something else, but yeah.
This GAF Viewmaster is a lot of fun. What do you think?
It's really interesting. The 3-dimensional color pictures are extraordinary. I find these how to play football reels very instructional. I always considered the GAF Viewmaster an ingenious invention of great educational value.
Gee, I always thought it was just a lot of fun.
I used to love my Viewmaster. Oh man, I had so many reels for that. I don't even know where it ended up, to be honest. We used to spend a lot of time at my nan's when we were kids, and most of my toys were there. My nan passed away, and I don't know where they went after my nan passed away, to be honest. I looked for them for years. I don't know where they went. I think my mum probably gave a lot of my toys away. I know she gave away all my Star Wars ships to my uncle to sell at a car boot sale. I've never forgiven her for that. But she didn't really know what she was giving away, to be honest. And I, at the time, wasn't that bothered, you know, because I was kind of done with playing with them. It's only years later when I realised that, you know, I really missed them and they were worth something as well, that I thought, oh God, I wish she hadn't given them away. But it happens, doesn't it? We've got various projectors here and movie things. There's a movie viewer cassette. I don't know what that means. World of Birds. Wow. Doesn't sound like a child's kind of item, that one, does it? I don't know many kids that are bird watchers, let's put it that way. Right, let's have a little look. Sorry about keep clicking that bar over the side. What a nuisance. Okay. I think we're nearly at the end now, to be honest with you. Flower drops. Makes hundreds of beautiful flowers in lovely colours. Okay. I had one of these, but I don't think it was Disney. I think, yeah, I made other things. I think I said in the last video I made a skull, which I painted various luminous colours. Don't know what that is. I guess it's the same deal kind of thing. Clockmaker. Wow. Now we're getting complicated. Potter's wheel. More Airfix. And that's something that I did have. A spirograph. Absolutely love my spirograph.
Ruby Designs, Super Designs, you make them all with the world famous Spirograph or the deluxe set Super Spirograph. Spiromania! Snap together parts, circles, rings, get the fever, the fabulous fever of Spiromania with Spirograph and Super Spirograph by Kenner. Spiromania, Spiromania, Spiromania.
Loved it. Didn't have many musical instruments. I don't know if I had any actually. Really can't remember. Definitely didn't have any of those. I had a keyboard later on, but not when I was really young. Yeah, Spirograph was where it's at. I loved Spirograph. Made me feel like I could draw, even though I knew I couldn't. I know it was only patterns, obviously, but you know, they were very clever. Okay, where are we going to now? So we got a lot of the. These might be the baby toys, so we might very well be leaving the toy section now and going into baby. But we'll have a quick flick through just to see if there's anything. This is probably what I had more in the 70s anyway. I'm pretty sure I had one of the phones. Obviously, he's now in Toy Story, isn't he? But I'm pretty sure I had the phone when I was a kid. Because I would have only in 76, 75, 76 catalogue, I'd have only been 2 and 3. So, you know, 2 to 3. So I probably would have had a lot of this stuff. Don't remember having a blackboard. And they're funny how they put a Christmas tree in there. Did they not? Could they not find another section to put the Christmas tree? Artificial Christmas tree with snow-tipped branches. It looks awful. Now, if that was your Christmas tree, you'd have been very gutted, wouldn't you? Let's just scroll back up to the top. I think this is going to be the last page now. I mean, if they're shoving Christmas trees in there, you'd think it would be. Plasticine, well, I don't know a child that wouldn't have had plasticine at some point in their life. Just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't it? There you go, there's a girl's Christmas stocking there as well. And a boy's. Filled with assorted toys. 99p. Well, you couldn't go wrong with that, could you? Plasticine was 99p as well for that whole kit. Wow. Oh, everything on the page is 99p. There you go, I didn't even read that. So all this stuff then. Fun Factory, what was that? Was that to do with... It's Play-Doh. I didn't even know it was Play-Doh. Yeah, I should have known with the tin, shouldn't I? Yeah. Well, I would have had Play-Doh at some point, definitely, as well. And we got a tea set over there. Clifford Child's 4-cup tea. That's the cheapest looking train set I've ever seen in my life, but I guess for 99p, you're not really going to argue, are you? That looks like a tower of donuts. What are we? Oh, I thought it was... I was going to say, it's not a football. It's the pop-up cone tree. Fair enough. Various looking books. It looks like some Disney books in there. I can see Mickey and there's Goofy. Just colouring books, I think. Noddy. Can't quite make out the other ones, but... That's good they had like a 99p section. I don't remember this, to be honest. And there's some stories. Again, mostly Disney, apart from the Ugly Duckling. Right. I will... Actually, I'll just scroll down. Yeah, I don't think we're all going to be on toys anymore looking at that. Might very well have reached the end already. It was still too early to go into electronics. We've got bikes. Gonna have a quick look at the bikes. I think they're more adult though. Yeah, we're into fishing rods now, so that's definitely going to be the end of that. Right guys, well, it's only going to be a short video then, because there weren't many toy pages in this one, which is a little bit disappointing, but you know, pretty soon now. I mean, I haven't skipped ahead, but if it goes the way the last one did, I probably won't be doing the next catalogue because it'll be pretty samey. I'll have a quick flick and see if it's different enough to do, because I don't want to do the same thing if it's just going to have the same toys. It's utterly pointless. But we will be getting onto home computers fairly soon. I mean, we're talking obviously late 70s, early 80s, I think, before like Ataris and stuff used to come out. I know the Commodore 64 and ZX Spectrums would have been early 80s, so we're not far away, which is good. I'm excited for that. I'm such a geek, and I don't care. I wear it like a badge of honour. It really doesn't bother me. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one too. I hope it was just as entertaining as the last one. It seemed to go down quite well, the last video. If you've got any suggestions about what future videos that you'd like to see, if you'd like to see anything more that I cover in any of my videos in more depth, you know, my game playthroughs or whatever, don't ever forget to leave me a comment or a message or something. I'll always reply. I don't think I've had one comment yet that I haven't replied on. And I'll take all suggestions on board. I like doing different style videos. I'm trying to branch out and do a few different things now. So if you've got any suggestions about what you'd like to see for a video, by all means, let me know. I'll be only too happy to listen. Thanks guys, take care, and I'll do another video for you later in the week. Thank you, bye for now.